everybody
and
ate
gentlemen,
from
boys
breakfast.
and girls, cats and dogs. Welcome to another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke in the building. I'm here with my brothers, Dre.
What's good, everybody? Happy to be in the building. Welcome back to the podcast.
I'm also here with my brother, Kesey.
What's good people? It's good to be back in the building.
All right.
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna hold you.
Mic check 1, 2. We in the building, good people.
It's good to be in the building, good people.
Oh yeah, it's always good to be in the building. How y'all been? How y'all doing?
I'm living, man. You know, I can't complain.
All right, me either. Surviving. Today was I won't say a hot day. It was all right day.
You know what's
It's
crazy?
getting warmer.
You know what's crazy, bro, is where I live in Tulsa. When I left to come here, it was 76 degrees. As soon as I crossed into Milwaukee, I needed a whole jacket.
No. This morning, I think everybody woke up. It was like 65, 70. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I leave, doing some new stuff. I come on, it's cold, it's chilly.
Literally, like when I crossed over into Milwaukee, it went from 70, like it's 61 degrees in Milwaukee right now, and actually 59 degrees in Milwaukee right now.
When I left, when I came from out where I live, I'm not gonna say my residence, but it was short weather. But like you said, as soon as I came across that border back into Milwaukee,
yeah,
I got the shivers.
You get closer to the lake. I mean, that's even
Yeah,
downtown. Like when I work near downtown Milwaukee, and there's always a 10 to 12 degree difference from where I live and where I work. So that's that lake effect. So
yeah.
So you do need a jacket outside in Milwaukee. It's only 59 degrees now. So, but it was a good day while it lasted.
Yeah, it was good while it lasted. Go ahead, kick off the injury update.
Yeah, injury report for the final 8 teams remaining. Chris Paul is out with a growing injury. He is out for games 3, 4, and 5. Will be reevaluated in 1 week, although it may not matter.
It may not matter. It's a big blow to the Phoenix Suns, but they did get the dub Friday.
They did 2-1.
So, but the Nuggets are still up 2-1. Real quick, this is the first time in NBA Finals. All seeds are in still play. 1 through 8 across the board, whether it's East or West. They still all across the they still all in play.
And all the series are 2-1.
Yeah, and it's never happened.
No.
And
That's
also
never happened?
It's never happened.
Never happened. And also the teams that were in the bubble are up 2-1.
Yep.
And they have an opportunity to repeat of the bubble
history.
Repeat of history where I think Boston lost to Miami, and
Miami lost to the Lakers.
I'm trying to say who was in the West. I think the Nuggets lost to the Lakers.
The Nuggets lost to the Lakers. I don't think Golden State made it to the bubble.
Yeah,
they were injured that year.
Steph was injured that year, so it was that's who the Final Four was.
Yep.
So real quick, shout out to I don't know his last name, Pablo, Rookie of the Year for the Orlando Magic. Orlando hasn't had a Rookie of the Year since Shaq.
Really? No, they haven't.
But by far, he probably was the best.
That's not true. Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard didn't win Rookie.
He didn't win Rookie of the Year.
Who they give it to? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who they gave it that year, but he didn't win Rookie of the Year.
Dwight Howard was a dunker his rookie year, but I don't think he was Rookie of the Year.
I don't think he was Rookie of the Year
I'm trying
either.
to think, who was that class?
That was
22 or 4.
We'll find out in a minute. The year. Emeka Okafor won that year because he was hyped.
Okay.
And where is he? Yeah, where are either of them?
But
Dwight had a better career.
So shout out to him for winning Rookie of the Year. And then also
2004.
Yeah,
we owe.
Yeah,
I was in college.
And also a new award this year is Hustle. I think it's Hustle Player of the Year, something like that.
Clutch Player of the Year?
No, not Clutch. It's Hustle Player of the Year. I think
that's new?
I think it is.
I missed that one.
Something like that. It's Marcus Smart.
Okay.
Iguodala was in that class.
Yeah.
Okay.
My one of my favorite players was Ben Gordon back then. Do y'all remember Ben Gordon?
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember him.
Nah,
He just
the
disappeared.
Bulls.
What happened?
The
I don't know, he
Bulls,
just
the
disappeared.
He
Pistons.
just disappeared,
He
didn't he?
just disappeared.
Kind of like Derrick Rose, man. He dealt with he was so explosive that he had so many injuries, man.
He did have a lot of
In the Milwaukee kid, Devin Harris was in that class.
Devin
too.
Harris
Yeah,
went number
okay.
5 in the draft.
He was
I
happy
remember
about
that.
it.
Shout out to D. Harris for putting us on the map.
D. Harris had a decent career.
He had a
decent career.
He had a great career.
Yep.
He had a great career because he was on that championship team with Dallas. Remember?
Yeah, he was.
Yes,
He was a nice journeyman.
Yep.
Um,
and he had a wet piece. He could shoot the
He
three.
was a starting point guard, until injuries started piling up, and then then that's when you become a journeyman, like you said.
They once said that Devin Harris was going to become a real estate agent because he owned so many properties because he had been to so many different NBA teams.
Yeah.
So,
well, earlier this week, Dylan Brooks was informed by the Memphis Grizzlies that he will not be brought back under no circumstances. So you praying for his downfall? You celebrating it? So you celebrating his downfall?
Wait, I'm sorry.
So you celebrating his downfall? Wow.
I'm just glad Memphis took a stand.
I'm glad you brought it up. What do you think he'll play next year? Let's just get this out the way.
So I think somebody will sign him. I don't think Dylan Brooks' career is over, but I think a lot like Dennis Schroeder, he's going to have to earn every dime he makes. Dylan Brooks was a loudmouth. We called it all year. The Memphis Grizzlies proved nothing other than that they're losers on the basketball court, not their character on the basketball court. Dylan Brooks created the narrative that he likes to poke bears and he likes to talk trash, and then he gets on television and blames the media for making him the bad guy. No, you created that role. You embraced that role. Our actions have consequences, whether good or bad. So, Dylan Brooks, those are your consequences. I don't believe that he won't play. You'll probably get a scrub team like Detroit, maybe the Rockets, somewhere where they have a black coach that can control his antics. I think he'll play, but I think he'll have to earn the money that he wants. He won't get a big contract like he thinks he's worth.
Do you want him on the Bucks?
Never. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You say what?
Do you want him on? Well, I'll ask both questions. Do you think his career is over? Like, do you think he'll be picked up by another NBA team? And do you want him on the Bucks?
No, I don't want him on the Bucks. Get that out of the way.
Really?
And his career is not over. I mean, he's not a horrible player.
He's not a horrible player.
He just made some bad choices. They were young. They make bad choices over there in Memphis. And my only question is, did John Morant have something to do with that?
I don't think John Morant had anything to do with
because
that.
I mean, if he's your franchise player, you're running everything through Ja, right? So clearly, Ja didn't want in there just as bad as the organization did it.
Because Memphis got mad at the sports commentator that leaked the news. They got mad.
They got mad at him. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The narrative that was the narrative going around. Like they didn't want him back. But Memphis said, "Hey, we offered him a contract, but he wanted a bigger contract, and he didn't want to sign here." And he said himself, "I want a bigger role on a different team."
But he didn't say that until he got cut.
Now, see, that's the problem. The problem is, especially with social media, everyone has a narrative they like to put out there. The narrative is, "Hey, we don't want you," and everybody just ran with it. But I too believe this is. I don't think this is it for him. I don't think he want a crazy contract. I don't think he want a crazy contract. I think he just wants a bigger role. And I think a lot of times he was a scapegoat for a lot of stuff that was going on in Memphis. So, but I definitely think Dylan Brooks will be somewhere else.
He'll play somewhere.
I mean, he averaged 14, 3, 2 assists, 39% from the field.
But Dylan Brooks is not a James Harden kind of player.
He's not.
He's not who else wanted a bigger role? He's not a Bobby Portis. He might be a Jay Crowder, but he is not the kind of player that someone's going to sign to have a bigger role. You're a role player. In fact, Dylan Brooks, in most cases, you could come off the bench 7th or 8th. No team needs you to be in the starting lineup or the 6th man. So let's not overestimate your value. I know players do that, and they say, well, what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to say? Dylan Brooks should embrace that he's a role player on a basketball team and that you ruined your chance in Memphis by being a loudmouth.
I mean, I don't think that Memphis is going to be good with. I don't think they're going to be better with him or without him.
Well, we already know Memphis is overrated. I've been saying it for 2 seasons.
I'm not going to say that,
and I've been proving.
I'm not going to
2 years in a row.
I'm not going to say that.
Shout out to that bear.
Poke that bear. What did he say? If you see a bear,
if you see me and a bear in the jungle fighting,
help the bear.
Well,
help the bear. Don't poke it.
That's gonna be my new slogan on my shirt. Help the bear.
And have Dylan Brooks under the bear.
He still didn't give him 40. I just want to put that out there. He still didn't give him 40.
Who watching who?
He still didn't give him
40.
Who?
They beat him by 40.
They beat him by 40. And LeBron had 20 and 22.
40.
Yeah, 42.
40.
Shout out to Bronny James signing with USC since he brought it up.
20 and 20.
He brought up LeBron. So
20.
Of course he did.
I didn't say nothing about LeBron. You brought up. You said it first.
I'm gonna move on.
Bro,
I'm gonna move on.
I said something about the bear. They logo.
Nope, I'm not gonna do it.
I didn't say LeBron James.
No, you know what? That's smooth.
The Grizzly Bear. That's a good. I like that.
Smooth,
I like that.
That was real
I like
smooth.
that. That's good.
That was real smooth.
I said something about the bear.
I
didn't say LeBron James' name, did I? He started saying it, didn't he?
You did not say nothing about LeBron James. You said
wait.
something about
I'm gonna get that on the shirt. All right,
Okay.
a Grizzly shirt.
Right. And we were talking about Dylan Brooks.
No,
after you said,
we gave it to you.
After he said what he said, right?
Smooth.
No, it's not because you see, he tried. Because you know what he said? He said they beat him by 40.
I know, but he's him throwing in the Grizzlies, the Bear. All right,
that was good.
That was smooth, bro.
That was good. The Bear.
Call it what you want to call it.
Anyways,
what about you? Is Dylan Brooks done?
No, he's not done. I think, I think he'll be on a different. I think he'll just be on a different team.
A scrub team.
I hope it's not a scrub team.
It won't be a championship team.
But you know,
however, I could see somebody like Golden State going after him, especially if they lose Draymond Green.
Usually they put out like teams he could be in, and Golden State was one of them, which would be very ironic.
I can see Golden State. I can see the Clippers. I can see Philly. Philly likes those kind of headaches.
Philly,
I can see those.
Philly,
especially after they lose this series. And Doc Rivers gets fired. They're starting fresh.
So Dylan Brooks makes 11. Let's just say 12 million a year.
Not bad. But he thinks he's worth 20 and more. What do you
think his next contract is going to be?
I think Dylan Brooks will probably get a 2-year, $25 million deal. I think he has
2 years,
2-year, $25 million. I think he has to earn money now because he did too much.
He'll get a 3-year deal.
I think
probably like 3-year, 40.
2-year with a player option.
3-year, 40 with a team option 3rd year.
I can see that.
2 years, 3rd-year option.
He'll get 15
overtime.
Dang.
They're gonna lose.
If anybody knows how to blow it, it's who?
It's Philly.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
We all seen this coming. The Milwaukee Bucks have parted ways with head coach Mike Budenhauser after 5 years and 1 championship. We're not gonna just do this. That's what we doing.
That's what we doing.
Downfall.
If we sell,
that's what we doing. We celebrating downfalls.
You act like you're not happy about this news.
I am.
I
feel a way about it.
Why you feel a way about it?
I feel a little way about it.
Let him go.
So I feel like number one, you lose first round, you got to go. You lose first round, you come in with the best record. You win 1 game, you got to go. You know it. We know it. I'm glad Bud didn't bring up his brother because it would feel like he was getting sympathy. But now that it's coming out, it's like, nah. Now, here's the thing. Here's my thing. I'm knowing he has to get fired. My thing is this. We are in a very gray area, per se, that is championship or bust. I don't want to say championship or bust, but we're in that gray area. So bringing in a new coach is bringing a new philosophy, bringing in new, how he does things and how he wants to run things and stuff like that. The natural next candidate is Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse has also won a championship, but it was more Kawhi.
And don't forget, he won a championship his first year as head coach too.
Yeah, because he had Kawhi.
No, time out.
Hold on.
No, I got to say this only because it's relevant. But you both are forgetting. Nick Nurse won a championship in Just move away from the mic so you don't respond right away. He won a championship the year KD got hurt. Let me just say it. And Bud won a championship the year Kyrie got hurt, and KD missed it by half an inch.
That's two different things.
It is not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
go ahead. Continue. I just want to put that out there. The reason I'm saying that is because both coaches, although won championships, don't act like America wasn't saying, well.
Okay.
That's anybody's championship, though.
That's not
and you got to remember that this is what they say that goes in the championship. You got to be good. You got to have good coaching. And you got to be healthy. And you got to have a little bit of luck on your side.
Okay.
In order for you to win a championship, you got to have those four things.
Going back to when I was going to say about Dre, hold on a second. What I was going to say about Dre was Nick Nurse situation.
And I like Nick Nurse.
Hold on. It happened in the finals.
Agreed.
The Bucks got hurt. I mean, Kyrie got hurt. Phoenix should have beat us, but he didn't. But they didn't. They had nothing to do with injuries. It had nothing to do with none of that stuff.
I'm taking the title. Don't get it twisted.
I'm not. What I'm saying is, like he just said, every championship team has a little bit of luck going their way when they win it. They don't like to talk about it in Golden State, but y'all facing Dallas and I think another team. Like it was the competition was like.
Don't forget about the year they beat LeBron. Kyrie fractured his kneecap.
And Kevin Love was out too.
And Kevin Love was out.
And I said that year. I said Cleveland should have won that.
Like I said, it's a little bit of luck in it for the teams. I mean, you know what I mean?
But my point is the way I feel some type of way is that when you change the culture of a team, that's what a coach does, changes the culture of a team. I don't see it going from there straight to a championship.
But the Bucks already have a culture of winning already. All he got to do is come in and be a type of coach that's going to make adjustments and take us over that hump. We're there already,
and
we got the league, one of the league's best players.
If you look at the first round of the series, the Bucks did not look like the top defensive team in the NBA.
They didn't.
They looked like the worst. Okay, matchups were a problem. Jimmy Butler beat us with 4 no-names. That does not happen if you're on your defensive
but you know
job.
Why? But you know why though? Giannis was really hurt. People not gonna say it, and he might not even admit it just because of his competitiveness of the game.
Yeah,
Giannis missed a lot of defensive assignments that you can see he couldn't even make it there.
Yeah,
go back and look at the tapes. Like it was defensive lapses. Like where like if they got past Drew or they got past Chris, Giannis was there. But after he got hurt. He wasn't making those plays.
But we're not talking about Giannis right now. We're talking about the coaching. No timeout in the last 9 minutes between the fourth quarter and the overtime.
We get that part, but also our superstar was hurt.
I get it. But
Giannis. What made us great and win that championship is Giannis' ability to help on defense. That's why he never guarded the best player in all of the series of the championship year. He was the help. Even how you think he got the block on DeAndre Ayton?
He was the help.
He was the help. And he was supposed to be the help in the Miami series, but he was not healthy enough to help.
So when you say these things, it sounds like you're disagreeing with the Bucks firing Bud.
I'm not disagreeing with
I'm not saying that you are, but that's what it sounds like.
No,
it sounds like you're making a case that
I'm just saying it's a lot of things that played a factor into why we didn't look good, but also the fact you can't have 3 timeouts for a quarter and you use none and we still lose.
Or in the overtime.
That's what I'm saying. In the overtime, you get 3 extra timeouts in overtime,
and
right?
Then you have Grayson Allen bringing up the ball. That was bad coaching.
I mean, you
didn't challenge you had a challenge left. You didn't use your challenge. You didn't have a star guarding Jimmy Butler on the last call of the game. That is bad coaching, right? The news of Bud's brother passing away is unfortunate news. But listen, America, Bud was going to go either way.
Oh, yeah, Bud
was going to go either way.
What I'm saying.
He was going to go either way.
To keep Bud, the optics would look bad. It would look really bad. We gonna give him one more chance.
This is
we like how many chances you gonna give him? Because we need a championship and blah blah blah, such and such and such. Especially the way y'all charging at the Pfizer Forum, we need to get some rings.
For the Bucks, it was a danged if you do, danged if you don't. The Bucks would have looked bad either way. Because I'm reading some comments, which I don't usually do. I read sports comments, but the comments are Bucks is a classless organization to fire a man after his brother passed away. Listen,
that's people looking for sympathy.
Listen, if I had a job and I didn't do good at it, anybody could have passed away. They would have gave me sympathy that day, but still would have did what to me?
Hand your papers.
Hand me my papers after a week or so. Okay? Now, sympathy, condolences. Let's not forget when we won the title, people were calling for Bud to still get fired.
They were.
To still get fired. So the Milwaukee Bucks firing Bud was absolutely the right thing to do. However, there's so much more that needs to happen to this franchise. Perhaps when our season ends, that'll be one of our summer episodes.
It's over.
I'm talking about 94 feet season.
Oh,
perhaps that's one of our summer episodes where we need to dissect this Bucks organization, because I said all season that this is an old team. This is an old team. I said it all year. I even said when we picked our predictions, I said the fan in me wants to pick the Bucks because I have to. Okay, I said those things. Kesey was the first one to come out and say, "I ain't seeing it, y'all." He was the first one to say that.
Yeah, when the playoffs started.
But when them mics came off, we all was like, man, this looking bad for the Bucks.
Let me ask you a question, though. Here's my question. Let me ask you.
Before you ask, America, I promise you, and we can all agree to this, when those mics came off, we had real Bucks talk about how bad these Bucks really were. Don't let the persona of 94 feet fool you. We're 90% true, but 10% fan. When these mics came off, the Bucks got dogged. Not gonna lie to you. And this was before the loss.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you did.
I
told
you.
Yeah, you did. This is before the loss.
But I told you something was off.
You said something was off.
You did.
And I didn't know what it was. It was something with Bud.
You know,
it was something with team chemistry,
and
too.
we've been saying that
it was
all
the whole team,
year.
though. It was something with the whole team.
We've been saying it all year. Even though we had the best record, something was off.
I mean, I would say this. Dre was talking about the losses, like the blowouts, like Boston was blowing us out every time they played us. Philly was blowing us out every time. And Golden State. I think we beat Golden State, though.
But we got blown out. The Lakers,
we beat them. It was just one of those things where, like, competitive teams that we'll see in the future, we weren't stacking up or adding up. And the question I want to ask y'all is, if we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, would y'all be having the same energy?
Bud, to me, was never a good fit for the Bucks. I never liked it.
I
never liked it. I was okay with it because he's from the Popovich coaching tree. Okay? I was okay with it. Giannis needs a coach that's going to have control. And Bud cannot control his superstar.
What do you mean by that?
I'm about to get to it. I've seen instances, and Kesey and I, we went to a number of games together, as have you, where Bud would tell Giannis to sit down, and Giannis would say, what? I'm going out. I'm staying in the game.
That's a superstar.
No,
that's a superstar.
Kobe would have never done that to Phil Jackson.
Though, I read
what?
Listen,
Michael would have never done. They've never done that to Phil Jackson.
You know why? Jordan was a different era. Jordan was a different era.
You know why?
They all have done it.
Because Phil Jackson knows how to coach.
They all have done it.
Everybody has done it.
Everybody has done it at least once in their career. Everybody has done it.
Especially if you're a superstar.
The thing that I've been hearing, and I've seen it, I heard a couple commentators say, Giannis wanted Bud out from the start of the season.
He didn't want him at all. He didn't want him at all. Allegedly,
allegedly. From what I heard,
that's the rumor mill.
Is
he wanted Ham?
He wanted
Darvin.
He wanted Ham.
He's the one that Giannis is the one that wanted Jason Kidd. When they fired Jason Kidd and didn't consult Giannis, he was upset. Because he credits Jason Kidd for the little basketball IQ he had pre-championship.
All I know is this. When they hired Bud, I was like, cool, because Atlanta was a good team.
He won Coach of the Year with Atlanta.
Yeah, they just needed.
Atlanta wasn't a good team.
Yes, it was. But
you know why they weren't a good
superstar.
You know why they weren't a good team? Because Atlanta were winning at the time a weak Eastern Conference.
And who they couldn't beat though? Who could they beat?
They couldn't beat the Bucks.
No, they couldn't beat Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Nobody could.
That was LeBron's team.
Exactly. So Atlanta was the Phoenix Suns. They were the New York Knicks. In the Jordan era, they were the New York Knicks. They were just a team who came in a bad era. They were a good team that came in a bad era. So with the Bucks, I was like, okay, he has his superstar. He has his team around his superstar. We move pieces around. You have to win the championship. Now, as any team, any basketball team, any sports team, we like, hey, that one is cool, but we need another one.
Yeah.
Especially if you're bringing everybody back.
Yeah.
We need another one.
And here's the problem with the Bucks, right? Like, coaching's no different than a CEO of a company. If you're the CEO of a company and your company's going downhill, you're going to get fired. The Bucks went 1-5 under Bud, and that is what we call he did not live up to the expectations. The Bucks, out of the past 5 years, were favored to win the championship all 5 times. All 5 times. They were the favorite in 20, 21, 20. We won it in 20. We were the favorite in 19. We won it in 20. We were the favorite in 20 in the bubble. We were the favorite in 21, won it. 22, 23.
We've been the favorite 4 out of the last 5 years.
I would say 5 out of the last.
And we only get one out of 5.
That's
underachievement. Okay.
So at least have 2.
So I'll give you this. I'm going to bring up LeBron now before we bring it back to Coach Bud in the question. I saw LeBron in the interview yesterday, and I'm going to tell y'all, that man looks like a man possessed chasing that title.
He answered the question about
he looks like a man possessed.
He off of social media. I listened to comments. He just
snapped
on
the Lakers for celebrating that win. Snapped. He said, "What are y'all celebrating? We won a game. Get your asses back to the locker room." He looked like a man possessed. But back to your question.
He knows what's online. He knows what's on the line. But
Nick Nurse, I like the hire, but I think the Bucks are trying to hope. Because here's the thing. Nick Nurse won't be out there forever. The Bucks are trying to see what happens what's currently out there. Because Doc, if Philly loses, Doc is out of here. And the Bucks will definitely go after Doc.
So, okay, number one, I hope they don't, because Doc ain't won nothing but one championship with Boston. So let's get don't get caught in the hype.
Outside of Steve Kerr, give me a coach in the last 15 years that's won more than one. Outside of Steve Kerr.
In the last 15 years?
Yes.
Now 10. Last 10.
You said the last 15.
I know. You said last 10.
More than one in the last 15, has he?
Yeah. Last 10.
Okay, fine.
He got about 30 in the
last 10. And here's another.
None. He's right. None.
Here's another stat for you.
Besides Steve Kerr,
the last 4 coaches, Steve Kerr.
You said has more. How many? More than what?
One title in the last 10 years. Besides Steve Kerr. Listen to me. The last
Folsom.
No, he has not. The Miami Heat has not won a title.
Just now 10 years.
It's just now 10 years.
Just now 10 years.
You said 10.
I said give me a coach. Give me a coach that's won more than
one. I don't
one.
like him.
Give me a coach. He's
I've
a good
never
coach.
liked Eric Spoelstra.
Here's a stat for you. The last 14 players to coach to win titles. The only one employed left is Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr had 4. Nick Nurse had 1. Budenholzer had 1. And who's the other? Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel had 1 in the bubble.
Now, I don't think he should got that one, but that's a whole other story.
Bucks are looking at him too, and I don't want him nowhere near the Bucks.
I ain't want him nowhere near.
The Bucks are looking at currently. The reports say the Bucks are Nick Nurse is their front runner.
Nick Nurse,
Frank Vogel,
and
there's an assistant.
It's not. I think it's Quinn. It's not Quinn.
You don't like Frank Vogel?
It's an assistant for Golden State. It's an assistant for Golden State.
And then
I forgot his name.
Mike D'Antoni's on that short list as well.
Yeah.
But I think that Bucks, Mike D'Antoni, I think the Bucks don't need help with offense. The Bucks need a defensive-minded coach. I think that the Bucks will add Mark Jackson. Don't know why, but I do. And I think the Bucks will also add Doc Rivers to that list if he loses in Philly.
I don't want Doc Rivers.
I don't want Doc either.
I don't want Doc either. I don't have time for that.
What do you think about Nick Nurse as a possible coach, Keith?
I like Nick Nurse because he tries a lot of different things in his offenses. You know what I'm saying? To switch it up and give so many different looks. That's why Toronto was a problem for a lot of people, because he don't mind him making adjustments to what is going on.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Bucks,
Philly.
I like Nick Nurse.
What about Mark Jackson?
I like Mark Jackson, but he ain't coached in a while. So can he demand the respect in the locker room again?
I think he can.
I think he can.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He ain't been.
It's hard. It's hard.
When the last time Mark Jackson coached? Think about it.
I know it's hard to say. Think about. I don't want Doc Rivers. I don't care about. I don't want this caught up in the hype. That's a hype. That's a hype. Nick Nurse. All right, that's cool. It's cool. I guess. Then my question is, do y'all think the Bucs can be right back here with a new coach?
My question.
That's why I feel some type of way about it. I don't know if we're gonna be right back here.
Let me ask y'all. Hold on. Think about this though.
Go ahead.
Like you said, the Bucs might be waiting on to see what happens. Does Monty Williams still be in Phoenix after they lose?
No. I mean, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You know what? They might give him a full year. But I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
This is gonna be a very interesting offseason because we got some free agents. So like
to answer your question, Zeke, and I hate to say this as a fan, and I'm still a full season ticket holder. We'll be right back in my same seats.
I'll leave that alone, but go ahead.
The Milwaukee Bucks window has closed.
Get out.
Happily. That's what we should have said at the beginning. Because right now, the league is just getting better.
No.
Bro, we have teams like the Sacramento Kings that were an inch away from beating the world champions. We have the Denver Nuggets. You have the Boston Celtics. You have the Philadelphia 76ers.
What?
Listen to me. You have the Warriors. You have the Lakers. There are a lot of competitive teams. So what I'm saying is we can't just roll out and say the Bucks have the deepest team in the league and the Bucks are the best in the East when they lost in the first round. The Bucks, once again, have to prove to us that they can win a title again. We're back at square one.
So
we're back at square one.
I don't like that.
How come? How come?
I was going to say this for Bucks talk, but we here now.
Go ahead, Kesey. No, go ahead.
Y'all got to remember, though, like, even though these got these coaches in mind, it's gonna be some changes. So the Bucks are gonna wait.
A new coach,
they're gonna wait because Mike Malone is on the hot seat.
Yep.
Monty Williams is on the hot seat.
Yep.
No.
Doc Williams is on the hot seat.
Who?
Doc Rivers is on the hot seat.
Doc Rivers is a hype. It's hype.
The only one who might stand a chance if they lose is the young coach over in Boston.
And Darvin Ham.
Darvin Ham, good.
That's what we said.
That's what I just said. Them the only two. Out of everybody else, every coach is on the hot seat. Because especially Denver. If Denver loses again,
I don't see how he even got a job, to be honest with you, but continue.
You don't like Malone?
I don't see what he be doing.
What do you mean?
I don't see what he does.
I thought Malone was Memphis.
No,
that's was it Mike Malone or Mark Malone? Something like that.
For who?
Denver
is Mike Malone.
Mike Malone. Yeah, I like him. Memphis coach, whatever. But still, I'm like
Memphis coach.
Oh, Memphis coach is Taylor Jenkins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he should have got fired day one too. Not day one, but as soon as they lost, he should have walked them out there too. But my thing is,
they went the other route with this one, and they blamed Dylan for all their problems.
Scapegoat. Yeah. But my thing is, I just and for you to say. And that's a lot of people thinking too. Low key, that's a lot of people thinking.
The Bucks got to start all over.
That the Bucks window is closed, and if the Bucks window is closed, that mean Giannis is gonna be gone. That mean Holiday gonna retire if we let him. That mean Middleton gonna sign one more year. Then we gotta get him up out of here. Then we starting all over. I don't want to start all over.
I don't either. But we don't have
time. We don't have time.
To acknowledge the truth. The Bucks will not offer Chris Middleton another contract.
Here's the
guarantee.
Thing. I don't
guarantee.
Probably. I don't think that I don't think our window is closed. I think we have small tweaks we need to make. That's what I think.
After losing in the first round,
small tweaks. Small tweaks.
Oh, Isaiah, come on, bro.
Small tweaks
to the Bucks.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
No,
small tweaks.
Come on.
My thing. Hold on,
because you right.
I'm kind of with him because
some
tweaks. Players didn't even play. You say we old, but some players didn't even get a chance to even show that they could help us in the playoffs.
I said this last week. Bring Crowder back.
Crowder never even played enough minutes to even show he was playoff ready. Gordon Dragic didn't even play enough minutes. He was playoff ready. Y'all call him old, but they didn't even get a chance to show how they could help the team. And Bud didn't even give them a fair shot. Why bring them in if you wasn't even
I don't
going to
think he
test the water out.
I don't even think he had a say in
After
it.
we lost,
I don't even think he had a say in it. That's why they didn't play.
You don't think
He didn't have a say in it.
How you figure that?
Because they didn't play. Like there's no way. Hold on a second.
said-
there's no way you bring in
But it
him.
said coach's decision. Who else made that decision?
Yeah,
Then why
I know
you
that-
bringing them in?
No, I'm saying I know they're not playing. I'm saying like them getting signed. Like them signing Crowder. Like there's no way you sign Crowder, you play him for a little bit, be like, that's all I need to see. That's all
that.
That's all I need to see.
Everything we
because every move we made was for winning now. And that's why I say small tweaks. Because if you say starting over, how?
Well, half the team is free agents anyway.
And then on top of that, not only free agents, people don't want to come here. We don't have any draft picks. We're playing for now.
So, Drew Holiday is trade bait, which I would hate to see, but I'll take Dame for him. Chris Middleton is trade bait, but Chris Middleton, it has to be a sign and trade because no one's going to take a rental, right? And Chris Middleton, as of yesterday, is being linked to the Dallas Mavericks.
He's been linked to the Dallas Mavericks and
the Houston Rockets.
You
know, and quite frankly, I think Middleton wants out. I think Middleton opts out. I don't think he takes his player option.
So he's in his player option year, right?
Middleton. He could pick up his option and make $42 million, I think, which if he's smart, he should.
35.
His player option is worth more than 35, isn't
35, I'm looking at it.
You sure you look at the right line? I thought his player option was worth like $42 million.
I thought it was like 40.
It might be. Hold on. That's this year he made 35.
Yeah, his player option is like 42.
Yeah.
It's 40.
Okay, so he should pick up his option because Chris Middleton in them knees, he might not get 40 nowhere else.
Me and Kesey said, was it last year?
Yeah.
Last year we got Middleton problem. We said it.
I called it out.
Well,
and now you like because last year hold on.
I was never on the Chris Middleton train. Go back. I was on the Holiday train. Y'all rolled me for not being on the train.
You talking about
I was on the Holiday train.
You talking about getting rid of Holiday?
No, getting rid of Middleton. We asked all the time, Holiday or Middleton, and I always pick Holiday over Middleton every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. Go back and listen.
Yeah, and we picked Middleton. And we picking Middleton
to stay.
No, to leave.
You said Middleton stay.
I've never said Middleton stay over Holiday.
I don't have time to go back.
Never.
I'm not gonna go back that far and listen.
Never.
But
never. Well, I'll say like this:
if you the Bucks, we only have a couple options. I know we're not going after Westbrook. That's for sure. That's guaranteed.
Westbrook who?
What, Russell?
Russell Westbrook. He's a free agent too.
To do what?
We got James Harden.
The floor
he got the player option.
James Harden's going back to Houston, especially when Philly lose to Boston.
But if he goes back to Philly, they're not going to go after Chris Middleton and him. They don't have enough money for him and him.
Yeah, they do. Houston has nothing but money.
But they got three rookies who need to get paid now.
They ain't gonna get paid.
Who are the three rookies that you think Houston finna give money up for?
He under contract. I don't think you're talking about guy from Auburn. I forgot his name. He's in contract.
They got like three players who got to get ready to get paid in the next year.
Porter's under contract. Green under contract. All three are under contract.
But they only got 1 year left.
Yeah, they got 1 year left.
They got one season left, so you got to get ready to either extend them
or They probably gonna get rid of
them. Let's see what happens.
The Houston Rockets have 3 max contracts.
I don't want anything they
have 3 max contracts. But here's the thing: Houston, will they take the risk of these old players?
Exactly.
So I don't know why they want James Harden messing up their young core.
Don't get it twisted. I'm glad you brought that up. Now we're gonna switch up real quick.
Hold up, real quick. The Houston Rockets for this upcoming season.
I don't think they have any max contracts.
They have no max contracts.
Yeah.
Their salary, their most expensive salary, is $15 million. Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, because he got an extension this year.
Jalen Green is $9 million. Jabari Smith Jr.
That's who it is.
$9 million.
But they all up for the extensions next year?
They are not. They are not.
They got
they are not.
Rookie Green
Kevin Porter got extended through the bird rights, so he signed for $65 million. Jalen Green is still on his draft contract. He still owed $22 million, so they have a couple years left.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a couple years left.
I don't want
Houston Rockets is the team to watch because they have. Here's the thing: you gotta remember about Houston: warm climate.
All that.
Beautiful people.
So is Dallas. All that.
No state taxes.
And we know why James
and it's a big market.
We know why James want to go back. If James go back to Houston, it's a business move. He finna retire probably after a couple years after that. Be like, hey, if I'm retired, I'm retire with some booty in my face, and I'm not mad at him.
Did you see they let him go to Vegas before the game?
Yeah,
before the Dennis Rodman.
But my thing is, we're just gonna go to James Harden. Switching up topics, and I put this out here before this game here, but it applies. Game 1 of this semifinals, Philadelphia versus Boston Celtics. James Harden in the win, and then 119-115 win, had 45 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. In his post game, he said, "They expect me to score 40 or 50. People say you can't win like that."
Who is this talking?
James Harden.
Okay.
They expect me to have 40 or 50 points. People say you can't win like that. If I drop 20 points and like 20 assists, it's like, well, he's not the old Harden. Now, before today's game, he had a combination of 28 points. My question, and they lost both those games.
And what did he have today?
Today he had 40. Hold on a second here.
You heard Stephen A. talking crazy.
I'm sorry, just a second. Yeah. Today he had he had 42 plus the game winner.
And he was playing defense.
He's playing a little defense.
And he was playing a little defense, which he don't do.
Now, the question is, which James Harden do the 76ers need? I think this is pretty obvious now to me.
James Harden, in order for the Sixers to win this series, Harden has to put up 40 every night.
Every night.
Every night.
Every night.
Every night.
Okay.
Now, they barely beating Boston, but they beating them.
Barely beating them. Now, wait a minute now. Before we go too deep, and since we're talking about the series, I'm going to say it like this. Harden not only has to put up 40, but Jason Tatum has to have a bad game because he had a bad game. Both losses that they had. Okay.
So 24 and 18 is a bad game.
His shot for Jason Tatum it is. His shots were off.
But they all are, but they both are averaging like 26 or 27.
What I'm saying is
so he's close to his average, so I don't get what you asking.
What I'm saying
if Jason Tatum is a mirror image of Kevin Durant. He gonna get his.
If Jason Tatum doesn't score 30, he doesn't have a good game. And it shows because his field goal percentage is down.
9 for 20.
Falling all over the court.
1 for 6.
These ticky-tack fouls. So to answer your question, James Harden has to come out to ball because Embiid can't do it himself. But the thing that makes me sort of confused with Philly, bro, Tyrese Maxey. Why are we depending so much on Harden? Maxey is a baller. Tobias is balling.
Let me get you there.
Go ahead.
Let me get you there.
Get me there.
I like Maxey.
He's the only, before you get me there, him and Embiid are the only untouchables in Philly. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
That's fact.
I like Maxey.
I do too.
But Maxey makes mental errors that veterans don't make.
And he's young.
And that's because he's young. So he still has some learning to go before he can be that player that they're looking for or see in his potential.
It's glimpses.
Because I like Maxey, but sometimes Maxey takes bad shots.
Mm-hmm.
And Maxey will turn the ball over sometimes when you really need him to
finish. I didn't say anything.
When you need him to be a leader on the floor. So until he's finishing he's getting developed. It's going to take time, like any other player. But that's where Harden's supposed to come in at.
Okay.
Harden's supposed to be that leader. Harden's supposed to guide him.
Not a leader.
I'm saying guide him.
He's supposed to
be to make the right decisions at the right time.
Does James Harden not take bad shots often? Is he not the turnover king?
No. Has he not earned the right to take those bad shots?
Bro, Tyrese Maxey was there when they sucked.
He played 45 minutes today.
Ooh.
So I don't understand what is your problem.
Ooh.
We played 45 minutes and scored 14 points.
Who?
Maxey.
Because Harden and Embiid had all the rest.
I'm
not disagreeing with you guys. All I'm saying is that we are pushing this narrative that James Harden has to score 40, but Maxey is a bucket.
You got to know when to turn it on, when to turn it off.
Fine. I agree. I don't disagree with that. But
okay.
if you want Harden to score 40, he's going to be rusty in the conference finals.
That's true too.
Because we know Harden can't go hard.
So you want to know?
night.
You want to know what Maxey shot today?
What was he about?
6 for 17.
I was gonna say pretty low because they barely beat Boston.
2 for 6 from 3
on their home court. And what was Harden? What was Harden?
Harden was
on their home court. They barely beat Boston.
I know they barely beat the. He was 16 for 23. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. They barely beat Boston with Jason Tatum only scoring 24 points.
Now here's my thing about Jason Tatum.
Because the best scorer is Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, he's the MVP of the playoffs right now.
James
really
Harden shot good today.
I'm not saying that.
16 for 23 from the field.
What was Embiid?
And 6 for 9 from the 3.
I'm making a point. What is Embiid?
11 for 26.
Terrible. So you can say what you want. But if James Harden don't score 40 and Embiid doesn't play better, not only does Philly lose the next 2, Harden's out, Doc is out. Well, Maxey is the future. They're not going to touch him.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. My thing is
I just don't see Maxey as a game changer yet. He's a nice role player right now.
Agreed.
He hasn't changed it to a game changer.
Agreed.
It's like Tobias has never developed into a game changer that they thought he was going to be. I like Tobias.
And they cashed out too.
Tobias is a great player.
Why do you think they got Harden? Because Tobias wasn't doing what Tobias was supposed to do. They thought he was the Orlando Tobias. And he's not.
They got Harden because it gave him a chance to get rid of Ben Simmons.
Yeah, that too. I forgot about him.
That's why they took on him.
But going back to so I would agree. I think today proved it. Like James Harden, you got to score 40, 50 points. And when you was doing it in Houston, you was doing it by yourself. I think with Embiid, because he like so much presence or so much attention, he gathered so much attention. You can skip because like Embiid had 34 and 13. Those are MVP numbers. So when you talk about like James Harden and stuff like that, is like, and I brought this up because I thought it was interesting because you're right. When James Harden has like a 20 and 20 game, they'll probably lose. If he has he had a double-double, he'll probably lose. He led the league in assists, I believe, or he was second.
But like he said, people get upset with him when he put up 40. Then when he don't put up 40 and he give you the numbers that that he should be having, you still upset. So like he's in a lose-lose situation. Harden just got to go out there and be hard.
I think
and not worry about any narrative and not worry about any comments and just be hard.
I think people get upset when he scores 40 and plays no defense. Like if his stat line is 40 points, 1 assist, no block. If Harden puts up,
but in today's NBA, how many of them do actually play defense?
If Harden puts up 20 and 10, like Harden's been averaging a double-double based on assists. So he's doing what you want. He had like 2 blocks this game and a couple steals. So Harden is a player. I'd take Harden on the Bucks. I'd take James Harden. James Harden is a bucket, and James Harden has he has good basketball IQ.
Would you take Kyrie Irving?
Think
about a pick and roll with Giannis and Kyrie.
If Kyrie Irving wasn't if his off-court antics weren't a problem, I would take Kyrie every day, all day.
And his racist,
as racist as Milwaukee is, Kyrie wouldn't do well here.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't do well here. But I like Kyrie. I've told you, Kyrie was always one of my top point guards.
But then also again, though, he might bring some change to the city.
Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. I don't need nobody coming to Milwaukee. It's the earth round. Yes, it is.
Listen, Kyrie gonna have Milwaukee is more lazy than they're gonna have y'all walking off the job thinking it's okay.
You know what? You're right, Kyrie. I don't need this.
Kyrie didn't show up to work. Yeah, Kyrie makes $30 million a year.
So going back to, I think so. Who's more? So who's more important? So who's more important?
Walking to his apartment and handing out wide some money in downtown Milwaukee. Man, please.
Well, they would love him here. They would love him here.
City will go crazy.
Man, he'll get robbed. Dude.
I'm about to walk Kyrie home.
No fool. He from the hood.
Okay.
He ain't no fool.
Okay.
Oh, he's a fool. When
I'm just saying we don't.
Of, who did he play for? Dallas. He walks down. A celebrity.
You can do that in Dallas. They used to that. You can't do that here.
Celebrity worth $200 million walking from the arena home. That's not that smart to me.
In Dallas, you can do that. He
walks home from the games to his apartment with fans.
You can do that in Dallas.
He can do that here.
No, you can't.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Listen,
and I'm not talking about from robbery. I'm just talking about from a peace of mind, bro. Why would you?
It's savage. It's savages everywhere. So don't get it twisted.
I know it's savages everywhere.
It's savages everywhere.
I know it's savages everywhere.
But at the same time, Milwaukee got respect for ball players. at the end of the day.
All right.
Some.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Don't act.
I've been living here all my life.
Keezy, don't act
How
like.
many ball players have you heard something happen to them?
Every one of them.
What's my man's name? Sterling Brown.
Every one of them.
Latrell Sprewell.
Every one of them. Keezy, you know that's a link. That's a hit.
But he's not doing what they doing.
No,
they shining.
And if he living down,
they shining.
And if it's Kyrie, he gonna be living downtown either way it go, right?
Or
yes, they down the street. They down the street.
I'm not saying that he would get robbed. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it.
Celebrities have to be more conscientious of the fact, like Kyrie. Why would you want people knowing where you live? You let people walk you home.
This is Dallas, Texas.
He's not gonna walk to no River Hills from the Pfizer Forum, so he's not even thinking about.
He walk to 550 though. No. There were some players that lived in. I know. I seen them coming out.
We didn't know who they was.
I see Vin Baker coming out 550. Assistant coach.
Vin Baker ain't got nothing but a dollar on. I ain't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing but a 20, bro.
I ain't got nothing but a 20 on me. Kyrie.
Oh, fuck. Dude, Kyrie was seen giving out wads of money, bro. You never see that?
No. Yeah,
could you imagine him doing that in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Giving wads of money away, walking down the street.
He would make people love the Bucks even more.
We
all have some diehard Bucks fans here.
Kyrie, my rent is due. Can you toss me a couple stacks?
He probably would. But then we'd just be
you
like,
know how many people tell Kyrie that every day?
I know. Go ahead.
Come on, man.
But Joel Embiid won his first MVP. Shout out to him. That real just simple question. Is this a legit MVP award?
No.
It's facts.
No.
At first, you know what? I was one of those people. I was like, you know what? Give it to him. Give it to him. No. Not anymore.
It was a sympathy.
I was going back. So it was sympathy.
It was sympathy.
So you tell me 5 years from now, we're going to go back and be like, he shouldn't have won that.
Especially if Joker makes it to the finals. Have y'all watched Joker? Joker basically said, I don't care about the war. He's been dominating even more than he normally does.
And you know the thing about Joker is Joker's like, you know what? I don't need the award. I already had it twice. That's cool. I want the championship, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And I don't have to score all the points. I don't have to do all. It's really to me. It's feeling like a real Giannis approach.
And Denver's making it look easy, low key, and Philly is fighting for their life.
Well, first of all, we know Philly not coming out the East.
They're not going to win.
You don't know that yet.
They're not going to win this round.
I can't say that. They tied.
They are tied.
They tied.
Stick with your pick. You pick Boston in 6.
Dude, this mother.
No, I Embiid's a baller.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, top 3 MVP candidate. But we know that they gave it to him because they didn't want to give Joker 3 in a row. That's it.
First of all,
Joker numbers are better this year than they were last year.
You know what? Joel Embiid need to be thanking Kendrick Perkins. That's what we need to be thanking.
He sure does.
Ever since he said something about them white folks, they was like, "No, we're not. We're not racist."
You got the media.
We gave
on
it to
your
Embiid
side to give it to you.
Wow,
that's basic.
Kesey,
is his
MVP award legit?
Legit.
Drake came out and said no.
No,
I was like, all right.
Giannis should have had it over him. If that's the case,
I'm looking at like I think Joker should have got it.
Told you.
This is so he don't cry after they lose.
Wait. Not only did he win the MVP, the trophy presentation came out and stunk it up.
And they lost that game.
And they lost.
I knew they was. I knew they was gonna lose that game.
And they lost.
I knew they was.
You get the MVP trophy and you crying with your kid on the
That's because he cried up too much of his energy. He's weak in the knees.
So this is gonna be like Nash MVP.
You know how
we're gonna look back at this and just like Nash MVP.
So
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say. I was thinking it, but if I did it, y'all would have looked at me crazy.
Nah, I mean you black. It's gotta cross your mind. If you weak in the knee and that's all don't cross your mind.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, take your car. Look at your car.
Man, it should have been Joker. But congrats to Embiid on having an.
Congrats to Embiid, man.
Shout out to Embiid.
All right.
I mean, let me ask this though, since he's the MVP. If they don't win, does he demand a trade?
No, I think he's gonna be I think Embiid is gonna be in Philly for at least until his contract expires.
And then he go to Miami.
I think he let. Yeah.
You go Miami with his boy Jimmy B.
Yeah. And then after the game 7 of the first round, Golden State Warriors beat the Sacramento Kings, and Steph Curry had scored 50 points. After his historic performance, the question is, has Steph Curry surpassed Magic Johnson as the all-time PG ever? I say no.
I say yes.
Has what? Say that again.
Has he surpassed Magic Johnson as the best point guard to ever step on the court?
Who?
Steph Curry.
No.
I say yes.
I say no.
I picked Steph Curry over Magic many times before, so
say
it's
no.
not a whole lot.
Why?
I say no.
Why?
Well, first of all, Steph Curry, lower draft pick than Magic. Magic was the number 1 draft pick.
He added up to it.
Magic was the rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry was written off by everybody in the NBA. In fact, he was trade bait for the first 5 or 6 years of his career. He almost came.
He should have been bad ankles.
He almost came to Milwaukee, but the Bucks picked Monte because at the time, Steph, them ankles was the ugly girl in the room or the ugly guy in the room, right? Mm-hmm. That's what those ankles were. Steph Curry single-handedly changed the basketball culture of the Golden State Warriors. Golden State hadn't been good since Chris Mullin and then Baron Davis, who also was terrible with the knees. Steph Curry resurrected that franchise. Since we love to talk about championships, America, Steph Curry has the same amount of titles as Magic Johnson, 4.
Okay. So you're saying, real quick.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Steph has 4 championships. He's an NBA MVP. I'm sorry, he's a 2-time NBA MVP. He's a Finals MVP. Should be twice, but they gave it to Iggy because he shut down LeBron. Should have been Steph then, right?
Tall task.
They have the best record in NBA history, even though they lost. They have the best record.
Fine,
it's still the best record.
It's the best record. Fine.
He's the all-time leading 3-point shooter already, and he probably still has 5 or 6 years left. And he's the greatest shooter to ever play the game. And here's the thing. Here's why I'm going to crown him this, okay? Magic was a small forward point guard.
He created the position.
Steph Curry is a shooting point guard.
Oh, God.
With arguably some of the best handles since Kyrie Irving.
Well,
arguably some of the best handles since Kyrie Irving.
Okay. Let's relax.
He has great handles.
He had a
Go look at all the crosses on your favorite players.
Continue.
So
I'm almost done, and I'm gonna give it to you. Steph Curry in my book passed Magic a long time ago.
Because of what though? Give me one thing that makes him pass him.
I already said he tied him in championships.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Magic has 4 or 5.
He has 5.
Okay, fine. So when he wins this year, he'll have 5. Okay.
Yeah. When the Lakers beat them this year,
so
he won't get 5. Okay.
So he has 4 championships. He's an all-time leading 3-point shooter. He's the best shooter in the game, and he changed. Magic didn't change the game of basketball.
Yeah, he did.
He changed the position.
Okay.
He changed the position.
Here we go.
He changed the game.
Let's go down the stat line. Championships. Curry 4, Magic 5.
Michael 6.
NBA seasons. Curry 14, Magic 13.
Well,
so what?
Is a mother.
You know what I'm saying?
Go up, sorry.
He was hurt. What are you supposed to do?
Playoffs played. Curry 9, Magic 13.
Okay.
All-Stars.
13 out of the 14?
Huh?
You said 13?
Yeah. He was in the playoffs 13 times.
And so he had a 13-year career. So he was at the playoffs every year. Go ahead.
With Kareem.
Yeah. So he was
Magic. No, because whenever we talk about LeBron, he brings in teams.
Okay.
Every time we talk about LeBron.
All-Star games.
Nobody cares about that.
Steph 9, Magic 12.
Nobody cares.
He was an all-star every year except for his
rookie year because he couldn't. But he wasn't a rookie. Didn't he?
Honors and awards. Just think of it like this: season MVP, Steph 2, Magic 3.
Yeah.
Finals MVP, Steph 1, Magic 3.
Mm-hmm.
NBA All First Team, Steph 4, Magic 9.
Mm-hmm.
All NBA teams total, Steph 8, Magic 10.
Mm-hmm.
Scoring leader, Steph 2, Magic 0.
Well, okay.
So that's the only stat he got him in. Assist leader. League assist leader. Steph 0. Magic 4.
Magic is an
Steals
amazing player.
leader.
Well, we know that's Magic.
Steals
don't play
leader.
defense.
Steph 1. Magic 2.
Steph don't play defense.
So I mean,
so are we? My question: are we calling it too soon?
Now that the stats have been read, yeah, we're calling it too soon. Now that the stats have been read,
Okay,
but let's make
he on his heels.
Make no mistakes about it. Steph Curry will end his career as a top 10 player. Make no mistakes.
Here's the thing about that.
Yes or no? Yes
What?
or no?
Yes. Top 10. Yes.
When it's all said and done, and here's the thing: we always rely on championships to judge greatness, and we shouldn't do that.
Yes, we should.
but who's the man who always uses it to make his defense of Jordan against LeBron?
Exactly.
That's because I do not.
So don't do that.
I do not.
Don't do that.
He does that.
Don't be that
He
guy.
does that.
Don't be that guy.
I said no.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you do. You always say Jordan got 6, LeBron got 4. That's his favorite line. Come on, man. Let's be 100 about it.
I'm about to be 100. I always say that the only reason people say LeBron isn't as great as Jordan is because of rings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say.
And then in the same sentence, you'll say, well, Jordan got 6.
That's because you be disrespectful.
It's the truth.
What grinds your gears.
It's the truth.
Well, Bill Russell got 11.
Robert had 7.
Huh. So rings don't matter then as much.
No, rings matter. Stop it. Rings matter. We're not finna sit here and have this conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
I just said that. An argument of Steph. So I'm gonna say this. Let me get back to your question. Steph will eventually pass Magic. Is he there yet? No. Once he's ran through the stats, I have to come back and say, you know what? After hearing it, here's the thing about, and I can say this being a younger guy compared to the 70s and the players of the 80s. I think because it's been so long, we forget how dope those guys were, and how good. And you got
to remember
how good Kareem.
Magic was the first player who was averaging almost a triple double.
I'm agreeing.
He was averaging 24 points. It's say 9.6 assists, basically 10, and 13
board.
9.8 rebounds a game, and 13.1 assists a game, with 3.4 steals per game and a block per game.
And some would argue that Magic's last good year was 91. So I think sometimes we forget, 1991 was what, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
91, 2001, 11,
I really
32 years ago, 33 years ago.
Yeah.
I think we forget how good they are. So that's why it's easy when you say, yeah, Steph, because you're looking at now.
Yeah.
And Donnie's the best point guard today. He's been the best point guard the past 5 seasons.
But is he technically a point guard?
That's all I'm saying. I don't even want to.
Technically a point guard.
Yes.
No.
He should have, because his height, the position he played was a point guard, a shooting guard.
What is Steph's position?
Here we go.
He's a point guard, so he can work for Magic, but not Steph. Just give Steph his flowers. That's all I'm saying.
I'm giving his flower. I'm saying this is what I'll say to this. This is what I'll say to
L's too.
This is what I'll say to that.
LeBron James.
This is what I'll say to that. He better.
Home too?
Hey, listen, he better come.
They in LA.
They in LA again.
They in LA. Yeah.
Because LA won one in.
So
I'll say this.
Hey,
if the Lakers win tomorrow, it's over.
I don't think it's over. I've learned. This is what I learned from Golden State. This is what I learned from Golden State.
But I'm gonna tell you like this though. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
Steph and them is a problem, but the Lakers defense is a problem for teams that don't have bigger players.
Now here's
and they're too small. That's the problem. The only reason the Lakers stay with them is because they're too small for the Lakers. The Lakers are tough.
Yeah, I did. Here's my thing about the Lakers and the Warriors, because I watched the game. Was that yesterday? And I was like, oh no. Here's the thing: Golden State knows when to show up. Game 4? They can lose that game, and I don't think they'll still be out of it. And I think the thing about Golden State is, and like other champs, they give you an opportunity. But if you're going to aim for the king, you better not miss. Sacramento missed. When Harrison Barnes missed that jumper or that three-pointer and they lost that game, he missed. They lost the series. LA is going to get an opportunity to take out Golden State. If they miss that opportunity, they will lose the series.
I don't know.
Yes, they will lose the series. Even though, because this series is not on LeBron James' shoulders. He'll get the credit, but it's not LeBron James' shoulders. This is on AD.
LeBron has played okay basketball. He haven't even went up a notch yet.
That's what I'm saying.
AD is the one who's been the.
This is on AD.
You don't even want to. LeBron is just doing every little thing that they need.
Now
AD is they X factor right now.
LeBron is playing in this series. He's playing a role.
He's doing good enough.
One, but he's playing a role.
He's doing good enough.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
If Anthony Davis has a bad game tomorrow, Golden State wins.
The thing is, though,
I'm trying to what game? That's an even game, right? That's an even game.
Golden State won. Anthony Davis had a terrible.
The only thing I don't like though about this series is the reffing.
And Golden State was doing a lot of complaining, which might add up to them getting some extra calls next game.
And that's what happened. That's the first time though.
That's true,
the first time the Lakers shot like 30-something free throws. In the next game, they didn't get no calls.
Exactly.
And Draymond Green is a hacker, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, now Draymond Green a hacker.
Man, I'm watching it. Man, he slapped people in the face on the regular. And I ain't just talking about LeBron.
I'm not gonna hurt that.
Draymond Green is like out there playing that Charles Oakley basketball. He playing Charles Oakley basketball with everybody. Come on, man.
He doing it versus Anthony Davis. They ain't doing it versus LeBron.
He doing it to everybody but LeBron. Because he loves LeBron. I ain't gonna. But he slapped. I ain't gonna lie. He slapped Vanderbilt like 3 times this series already.
Oh, of course he did.
Hard.
He did. And that's what I'm saying. Like Anthony Davis, do not let Draymond Green punk you, man. You 7, almost 7 foot. He's 6'8", 6'6" at best.
And one other thing too, Steve Kerr, get Jordan Poole in line, shooting that god-awful shots, man.
Well, first of all,
but they whole guard lineups shoot those type of shots. They even got what you call it out there shooting them like that. What's the boy from Milwaukee?
This is your ball. This is your boy fault.
What's the boy from?
This is your ball.
What's the boy from Milwaukee? The Bucks.
Deladenjo.
Yeah, DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
He out there shooting like he got
That's
Steph
Steph's fault. That's Steph's
Steph
fault.
got them all out there shooting like they got range like him.
That's Steph's fault.
That's
Steph's fault.
Here's why this is coaching, because the coaching of the Bucks and the Golden State Warriors are similar.
Oh.
Shoot until it goes in.
Oh.
That was Bud's philosophy. Shoot as many threes as you can until it goes in. Golden State plays the same way. Draymond shoots threes. On threes. The only person that doesn't shoot threes on them is Kevin Looney.
You know.
And he's out he was out game.
No, he played. He came off the bench. He came off the bench. He came off the bench.
So Kevin Looney is good.
He knows his role.
Also he's an Achilles for them too at the same time because he can't shoot.
Yeah.
He can't hold AD.
And he can't.
He did good on AD.
If the Lakers continue to run a pick and roll, they'll beat Golden State just on that.
Now does Golden State keep shooting the way they shooting?
Well, here's the thing. Golden State, if you look at Golden State had a terrible shooting night last night. They'll have a good one tomorrow. Golden State don't have back-to-back great shooting nights.
They didn't shoot horrible, though, to me.
Man, they got dogged.
They didn't shoot.
What was the final score of that game?
I think he had like 75
The Lakers
points.
just got a lot of defensive stops, man. I'm
telling you. 127-97. They didn't score 100 points.
Damn,
really?
They shot 40%.
So my question...
I still got Golden State in 7. I still got them winning the series.
I ain't gonna lie though, D'Lo looking like a problem for them.
Yeah, he is.
Cause Steph can't guard him, Clay can't guard him.
Yeah.
And you know you can't.
Steph can guard him. They've had a pretty good match.
Steph can guard who?
D'Angelo Russell. Please.
Press the button. Press the button on him. He earned that one. If he ain't earned one all year, he didn't earn one now.
Listen, the Lakers sucked yesterday. They sucked again today.
Put 4 of them.
Here's the thing. D'Lo's good. I'm glad that the Lakers are winning. I told you though. Although I picked Golden State, LeBron facing that interview, man, he is.
I think he focused. He's focused.
He is focused. And here's the thing: I ain't got nobody in the East beating nobody in the West. So the Western Conference is gonna win the title regardless.
You think so?
What?
I think if once Denver beats Phoenix,
especially if we have a repeat of Miami and I told y'all Miami was gonna beat New York.
Which mean that series not over?
I'll tell you this though.
Isn't it 2-1?
No, it's 2-2.
No,
it's 2-1. It's 2-1.
I'll tell you this though.
Yeah, they won at home though. No, they won in New York. I'm sorry, they won in New York and they won one at home.
I'm telling you like this right now.
I get that.
If Kevin Durant has found a rhythm off of this last game,
He going to score 50.
Denver he will.
He got to.
He can.
He better.
He will.
He should.
He won't.
No, I think the problem with the Phoenix Suns is, like we talked about before, no depth.
No depth.
And
No
and then what happens is like when Chris Paul is out, the pressure is on Aiden. And Aiden, you have obviously showed me you should not be you should have not been the number one pick, because Joker is going to work on you. He is outworking you every single
they
time.
Got 2 players that put up 40.
Who? Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's a problem though.
It's a problem.
You can't listen. You can have them put up 30, but to let both of them put up 40, because KD can give you 40 like that.
He gonna have to.
Brooke can too. But if you don't, when I looked at the box score, I was like, how did y'all win this game? Because y'all was only 2 scoring.
Everybody else
I think Aiden didn't even have 15.
He had 4.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're not holding no defense, so what are you here for? They should have traded him from
I picked Phoenix to win, but I will be happy. I told you I'll be happy if Denver wins, because I'm tired of KD doing what he does to teams.
Leaving.
It don't work. I'm going somewhere else.
Well, this has been another episode of the 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke.
Your boy Dre.
Your boy Keith.
You can catch us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, eventually TikTok. You can also catch us on all listening platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud. Agree with us?
Probably not.
94 Feet Podcast. Peace.
94 Feet Nation, baby.
94 Feet. 94 Feet. Peace, good people.